Hi guys, it's Candace. Welcome to Natural Health Tips with Candace. So I have something really fun for you guys. It's super a cool topic called Doctrine of Signatures. This is one of my favorite things to actually teach classes about because you see little light bulbs in people's heads that go, wow, really starting to begin to connect health with food. So in the 1500s, there was a guy named Paracelsus. He's actually kind of what considered the father of chemistry, even the father of naturopathy, which is what I do. And he found or discovered that nature has this gorgeous way of communicating to us what a plant or a food is actually useful for the body. So I want to do a couple of things like that with you today and just kind of show you what I mean by that. So a few different examples. Here we go. This is a carrot, right? Now, probably a lot of us have heard throughout our lives that carrots are really good for your eyes. At least I heard that a lot when I was a kid. Eat your carrots, they're good for your eyes. But when you look at a carrot, there's nothing about this carrot that screams eyes, does it? Not at all. I don't see eyeballs anywhere on this carrot. But if you do a little of this, now what does it look like? Now we look more like eyes. And this represents looks very similar to our eyes, how we have a pupil in our iris, doesn't it? The colored part of the eye. So yes, indeed, depending on which way you look at it, carrots are in fact showing that they're good for the eye. Another fun one, let's see here. This one's kind of obvious. Does anyone know what this thing is? Hopefully we eat enough vegetables where we recognize a beet. This is a beet. They're red in color usually. This is a red beet. They're a dark red in color, but this is really good for a particular part of the body. I wonder what part of the body this relatively heart-shaped looking beet is good for. Yes, indeed. The heart loves beets. It loves the minerals that beets have. It loves the iron. Beets are really high in iron, so that's wonderful for the heart, whose job has to do with blood and pumping blood. There's a lot of iron involved with the heart. Beets are also high in something called manganese, which is considered to be the love element. Manganese helps us feel patience when we want to be irritated. Manganese is really good for people like if you can't handle the nails on the chalkboard sound or like metal scraping against something, that's usually a manganese deficiency. So eat your beets and you'll be able to feel more love for the world. So that's a cool one. All right, what else we got here? So here's one. We should recognize what this thing is. This is a grapefruit, and what in the world do we think a grapefruit is good for? Well, again, might take a little bit of hacking into it. Oh, I wonder what grapefruits are good for. Oh, perhaps they're good for our breast tissue. Oh, interesting. Additionally, grapefruits are really good for helping the lymphatic fluid move through our breast tissue as well. We've talked a little bit about the lymphatic fluid, and grapefruit loves to help keep all the glands and everything moving very well. So they're wonderful for the health of the breast. So ladies, eat your grapefruits. All right, what else do we have? This is a fun one. So what is this guy? What does he look like he's good for? I mean, I suppose we could come up with all sorts of things, but mushrooms, in fact, are very good for, kind of looks like something a little bit, sort of, kind of. Yes, that's right. Mushrooms, in fact, are really good for your ears. So to keep the health of the ear and the inner ear nice and healthy, eat your mushrooms. Side note, mushrooms are better cooked for the body. Raw mushrooms, the body is not able to utilize the nutrition in them very well. So go ahead and cook your mushrooms a little bit before you start eating those. Okay, a couple more here for you guys. So I have a big jar of these beautiful things. I love these beautiful things. I eat a lot of them. These are walnuts, of course. Now, I wonder what these things are good for. I'll have to help you out on this one. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. All right, so if we put a couple of these little guys together, what does that look like? I wonder what that looks like. Well, if you don't know what your brain looks like, it looks like a walnut. Although my neuroscience friends probably would challenge that slightly. But in general, this little walnut very much looks like the brain and has kind of even the folds in it like our brain tissue has, the gray matter has. And it's just remarkable how nature indeed has this little bitty itty looking brain that is in fact wonderful food for your brain. The brain, one of the reasons too walnuts are so great for the brain is they're super high in fat, and the brain loves fats. The brain in fact needs 50 or so different kinds of fats to really optimally function. It allows for the health of the brain, allows for the neurons to communicate, allows you to feel good, to be able to keep up with the pace of the world. We need fats in the brain. A large percentage of the brain is made of fat. We need lots of healthy fats that we can get through our nuts for the health of our brain. All right, I have 2 more here to show you today. Now this puppy, we've all seen one of these too. Now, the cauliflower here is actually remarkably good for, you want me to show you and you guess? All right. Ta-da. Okay, so I guess you kind of have to apply a little bit of knowledge. And no, this is not where my breast tissue is. This is slightly higher. But that's right. If we don't remember from like a high school pictures of what the respiratory system looks like, there's these little things in the lungs called like alveoli, and there's little sacs and bronchi and stuff like that. Cauliflower, in fact, really looks a lot like that whole system, the respiratory system of alveoli and bronchi and such. And indeed, it really is wonderful for the respiratory system. So eating a good amount of cauliflower really just helps boost the overall health of your ability for your lungs to work really, really well. All right, last one here. Apples. Apple a day keeps the doctor away, so they say. Apples actually really good for your liver, side note, but that's not what we're showing here. Apples are good for a lot of different things. You can get great energy. In fact, you can get more sustainable energy from an apple than you can a cup of coffee. Just little apple facts there. Eat the skin, a lot of nutrients in the skin. But this is for one other important area. All right, so I might need to sharpen my knife there. Does this look like anything? Maybe just one of them. There's a particular area on the body that sometimes has a little hole, and there might be things that might come out of this if I give a little example demo. Ooh. All right, so without being too crude, apples are filled with fiber. They are wonderful for helping move the stool of the body. So if you could envision this as a little poopy hole, yeah, they're excellent for bulking up the stool, adding that really necessary fiber to kind of clean out the colon as our stool passes. It allows to help for more bulk and health to our stool. And as I've mentioned, I think before, the health of our excretory system is very, very, very important for our health. All right, so now you guys have a few different tips and tricks of how to use the Doctrine of Signatures. There's lots more, and all sorts of plants and vegetables will tell you more, but just a few things to get you interested to start seeing food and seeing nature in a little bit different way. All right, guys, till next time.